Welcome back, everybody, to Rimworld. As the intro screen would have said, this is another one of the emergency episodes. Should be going back to usual on Monday, but as a result, of course, I haven't been able to read comments or any feedback with response to the combat yesterday. But I wanted to... Basically, I've spent like kind of an hour here. Time is very much of the essence right now, but I decided to spend an hour not recording, basically, to sort out some of the nitty-gritty ship details, deal with some of the building problems that would just be too much faff and too much pissing around on camera to really deal with. I kind of wanted to focus down a little bit. So I've done a lot of stuff. Now, it's 10 days since yesterday's episode ended. Don't panic, you haven't missed anything, because there are new people, and obviously a lot of changes to the ship. So I'll kind of catch you up on what happened. Long story short, of course, we captured that cargo ship yesterday. We fought another ship, then the game crashed. So we've only got the people from the cargo ship that we were able to recruit, and those people recruited actually quite fast. So if we go back here to... So this was when yesterday's episode kind of ended. We got Camilla up front, then we had Noriko, Eddie, and who else did we get? Then Hoshi had a heart attack before being recruited. I suppose that's a hell of a gambling chip. Now, of course, we have some names to throw at those guys. New colony, new name. We got Welsh Dave, we have Hoobastank, Stinky Britches, and Senpai. The Japanese one being called Senpai was purely a coincidence, I promise you. So... I'm thinking for those guys, they'll be the ones to take the ship into space. Like I said, we don't want Hocus or Mondo or any of the other kind of main guys going on the ship, going to space and getting blown up because of my sheer incompetence. So those guys will be on the ground, kind of running base operations. Two of them did die on the ship as well. I don't remember what they died from. It's something like very mediocre. What did you die of in the end? Oh, I can't check because whenever I press the... What the hell's going on here? I'm going to press the log button. There we are. Blood loss. Okay, fair enough. What's to you? Malnutrition and... Malnutrition. Right, so as a result of that, I remember now, I've redone the way the fridges work. So before, because we didn't have to worry about anybody but our people, this thing was outputting back into the freezer, and then we were just hauling meals out of the freezer into a refrigerator. That way... The freezer wouldn't get too full up with meals, but it would also mean they've got easy access to meals if they needed it. The only problem with that system was that if we wanted to feed the prisoners, someone would have to grab a meal from the freezer wherever they were. Let's say, for example, Mondo's up here, one of the prisoners gets hungry. He has to run all the way down, get that from there, and take it to them in there, and obviously it's a massive pain in the ass, especially if they're outside of the ship too. So instead what I've done is I've set it up so that we're grabbing from the freezer some meals, and then I've also set up in there a meal deposit point, and then also in the base another meal deposit point. Still got 4 people actually left to recruit here. Did I forget to set these on recruit? Balls. Well, that would explain why those guys weren't recruited, but the other ones were. Let's go ahead and flip that over very briefly. There we go. So hopefully with those we'll have, you know, like an 8-man crew for the ship, and obviously if we can recruit some more, potentially look at getting a shuttle bay back as well at some stage. The other thing we left off last episode, having started but not actually done anything with yet, is the Archotech research bench, which is now ready to go. So today we can really start work on that front as well, the Archomatter research. Look at this. Then we unlock a bunch of shit. A whole massive amount, including starburst cannons, which sound great, large Archotech engines, which sound incredible, because that's another thing I've got to mention that I forgot that I had to change a lot of. We've added way more shit to the ship, specifically these front 2 modules, and of course all the things within. We didn't have enough engine capacity. So you can see around the edge I've stapled a bunch more bloody engines just wherever they would fit. It's hideous, but it works. That's the important thing. We got 98 engines now. I think we need something like 70,000 fuel to launch, but I thought I'd future-proof as well, plus makes it nice and symmetrical, but obviously those can go when we actually unlock that engine research. I've done a lot of stuff, really. Kind of added some extra factory stuff. You remember I kind of complained about this yesterday, that it's kind of slow in production. We've now got plenty of anti-ton torpedoes. All of these are fully loaded with anti-ton torpedoes as well, and they're kind of automatic in their production. I don't know why they can't make any more, because I think I set that to forever. I'll sort that out in a minute. What are we lacking? Fuck knows? Well, we'll deal with that in a second anyway. It's not a big deal. Other weird stuff I've changed. A few more lentils because we can't make lavish meals right now. Oh, I redid this room, kind of the design down here in the prison as well. So this was getting right on my nerves because, of course, I did it off-center so that we could fit more into a smaller zone. But it looked hideous. Also, the cooling wasn't very effective as well, so I made that gap between it so we can make it equal, put down another capacitor, weird shit like that, move the biochambers up to there. Prisons are now 1 room, but again, it makes it much more effective with the meal front. And I redid the cooling here as well to represent the cooling that we changed up on the higher levels. But as far as I can tell, everything's connected up, more or less. We're missing like a couple of things there, but obviously the coolers don't need that. They still function fine without it. These rooms... minus 132, Minus 137 for that one, minus 125. Obviously, these rooms are going to be a lot warmer because they connect up to the rest of the ship. But what's this one not going so well? Minus 89. What the hell's going on there? I don't know. I think it's at maximum. Okay. I mean, it says unroofed 2, but I'm not entirely sure where it's unroofed. Like there and there, but of course it's going to be unroofed there. We don't want there to be roofs there. So I don't know. I don't know why that one is this section out of all of them is significantly warmer. Not that it really matters too much anyway. So, I think we're ready again. I think we're in a better situation now. We're in a better situation with cooling. This is a bit better designed for capturing prisoners. Again, it's not a massive amount of room. We can always fill this with beds if we want to contain prisoners a bit more effectively, or just en masse. But yeah, things are kind of tidied up, and I think, and of course we got the extra lasers there. Did say I'd do that yesterday as well, just to make up for the fact that this thing's cooldown is significant, and we want to keep the pressure on. Besides that, though, everything's more or less the same. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep these guys Planetside. We'll have to do some changes to the base, some alterations down here to make that work. We also need to add some sort of storage system for the base now. Bear in mind we've got Stack XL enabled now that we're dealing in resources up to the tens of thousands. So let's just put down a digital storage unit. We'll have the whole base feed into and out of one thing. I think we can probably fit everything in there these days. And then you guys can stay aboard this. Actually, one thing we will do to get the Arco research done. Oh, I can't reinstall the friggin' thing now. I was going to say we'll build a research lab on the planet so that what's that, Ice Wolf? No, Ironhead and Hocus can do research Planetside, but now I can't reinstall it. Look away a second. Oh no, it disappeared all of a sudden. Who'd have thought? Anyway, we've got some Arcomat now, so we'll build a new Arcomat research bench, actually Planetside, and we'll see what we can do with that. Obviously, producing Arcomat to Planetside would make a lot more sense. That way we can bring the ship back and kind of treat it, like I said, like a dry dock system, because I think that's a little bit cooler. We could also reinforce these walls at some stage and really make the base a bit more effective. I think building a kill box up here instead would be a bit better than having them come through straight into the middle of this. So that would be something for our Planetside characters to do, again, while we wait for ship belts. That way there's always something happening now, I think. So you guys are on board. Ship's on board, ready to go. Let's go get you stood in the bridge section. Robots, let's go ahead and recall all. And everyone else, you're all stood somewhere safe. Yet they're all stood inside, basically ready to go. And then we'll start working both on the dry dock and the ship at the same time. Poor old Ironhead's got a reboot there. And we can actually launch it. Okay, that's good. No, I haven't tested this. There may be holes in the ceiling. There may be holes in the floor. There may be vacuum-related issues that we're going to have to... Oh, no. We've never had this before. When we launched it last time... Oh, no. There we go. Because we had to... Because, of course, we've already launched. We had to find a position for it. So we'll put it kind of as central as possible, I guess. Drop you a little bit further over. Just there is all good. What is that in space? I was going to try and point to it, but of course I really can't. Like here, there's something there. This is our old ship position as well, because you can see we've got the fuel canisters and whatnot. Just got to wait for the game to paste it in. Oh no, look, there are roof areas. Shit. I hope that doesn't affect anything. Aha! 10 minutes later, we've actually got it up there. There we go. Okay. Not the first time I've said that. How are we looking? We're all fine. Everything's good. Nothing to worry about. We do want to reinforce this outside wall, like I said. Maybe get some better defense down. I think I'll probably trim a block off each end of the ship so that we can actually bring it into a kind of docking area instead. Do a little outline of it on the floor as well, so we can clearly see where to land it. Right, let's get everything booted back up and sort of see how it's... Oh! Somebody said drop the shields as you blast off, you fool. In fact, we should probably just drop the shields overall. We really don't need them on, do we? Right, how are we looking? Up. Well, there go my fire foam poppers. Not that it matters too much. It should cool relatively fast whenever they bloody turn on. Come on. How fast does electricity move again? Remind me. Come on, hurry up. Oh, man, we've got these friggin' resources still here. Balls. I thought that would have been a surefire way to get rid of them. Yeah, this is exactly why we're using Stack XL now, because we've just floated our ship back into a debris field of 14,000 steel. Never mind. The coolers are working. I mean, look at how fast that temperature's dropping. That's come from 1,000 degrees to... I mean, what is that? Like 10 seconds, maybe, to drop it down 1,000 degrees? That's pretty decent. What I need to do as well, just as a thought, I think I need to set a restricted area where they can't go into these. I could just lock the doors, I guess, until it's an actual necessity. It's probably not a terrible idea. There's still one unroofed area, and I still have absolutely no clue where it is as well. Never mind. Right, there we are. We've got Welsh Dave, Hoobastank, Stinky Britches, and Senpai in charge of ship-based operations now. I think we just reclaimed some hauling bots too, because quite clearly we recalled all of the other ones. There was still some active in space, I think. Not after 12 days, surely. Goodness, where the fuck they came from then. Okay, great, fantastic, more robots. Right, and then we've got our kind of ground crew. Now, the ground crew have some, again, kind of essential things to start off with here. We have to put all the bedrooms back. Although I suppose the bedrooms are still in place. No real problem there, huh? So you got the bedrooms in place. We need some sort of cooking area. How are the hydroponics holding up? I was going to say, I think I disabled all the hydroponics. We'll turn those back on. We need cotton and shit like that on the ground planet anymore. Let's go ahead and put down the kind of basic living shit. So we need a cool digital storage unit. We'll automate cooking this time rather than have someone do it. I don't know why I didn't do that the first time around. Let's go industrial, and then we need a industrial cooker. I guess spacer cooker? There we go. Excellent work, Welsh Dave. Your job as a glorified hauling bot. Stinky Britches, what? You're also hauling. Is that all these people can do? Well, to be fair, they're just a maintenance crew. They're just there to make sure the ship runs smoothly. They're there to repair the things, to man the bridge, to do the trading if necessary, or to do the killing. I've got them set to all just repair, because realistically, there's not a whole lot else to do for them on there. And that's why I thought it was kind of wasted potential having our top squad working on what was essentially just being a glorified kind of cleaner, repairman, astronaut, I think is the term NASA prefers, but for us it's a bit less relevant who we turn into astronauts. You can have any old unskilled idiot up there doing work. For example, Welsh Dave, prime candidate. Right, so are these all output into the right area now? Sorting unit low. They should be outputting to, wait, whoa. You can output to space IO ports? I mean, that's fantastic. But also, no, it's not. It's where it must have landed briefly, and obviously it's flicked it over to that. And then when we've taken off again without reloading it, it was kind of assumed that it would be the same place. What's wrong with you? Alcohol withdrawal. Oh. Feel shaky. Everything pisses me off. I keep thinking of drinking. You know what? We're going cold turkey. Best way to go cold turkey, go into space. Not many breweries in space. Is that really what we're outputting right now? Hey, make some... What the hell's wrong with you? Make some, like, actual nice meals. You got any lavish... Really? I guess all the crops get reset, don't they, when they go into orbit. So one thing I actually changed as well is I put sprinklers down just to help, you know, facilitate some extra bonuses there where necessary. Look, now we've gone in space. It's 127 degrees. Fuck off. I can never get the temperature down in this bloody place. I keep replacing ice columns with freezers and then freezers with ice columns, and it never seems to be right. Let's go for... Well, let's turn this off. I mean, I know it from the fact that it's from these, but let's stick down some frozen columns, see if we can find some decent balance here. And then when Hocus and everyone else is ready to go, well, putting it there wouldn't make much sense. Genius. When Hocus and everyone else is ready to go, we'll start work on the Arcomatter research. I think it's probably a fairly safe guess that the Arcomatter research follows the regular rules of just research in general. So we'll put down some sterile tiles there, and we'll turn this building into a lab. Although I suppose they haven't got a recreation area now, have they? Ugh. It's a bit annoying. Well, we should probably focus on the big deals, like them not having food. So you know what? Let's go ahead and forbid this, the kind of replanting of the kill box here, at least for a little while. It was everything. Now we got to get rid of those fucking things, and you guys are forbidden. Right, that looks a little bit better, I think. Okay, I'll do this a lot better as well. Basically, I crammed it in wherever we could because, of course, we were stuck for space down there. But up here, it's not so relevant. You know what? Let's design a whole fresh one. Sod it. We could use the maximum range of the turrets. We can employ a bit more EMP flexibility. We could have multiple tiers of kill boxes instead of just having that. What is this? EMP shell? Steel? What the fuck is all this? Oh my god! Did the ship take off and leave behind an entire inventory of crap? What? I think all of the manufactured stuff got left behind. They didn't. Oh, there's also some Arcomatter here for whatever friggin' reason. What on earth is going on? I think when the ship is in orbit, we need to leave it in orbit. So any changes we want to make to it, we'll shuttle up and attach extra stuff on. Mainly because obviously redoing the builds is one thing, but like I don't know if you noticed at the end of yesterday, the floors got kind of dug up. You know, obviously we've got weird things going on with the storage now, apparently. Obviously the heating is a side effect of just liftoff in the first place, but it's stuff that we can avoid by employing shuttles. Go! Friggin' wind turbines, go! Wait, hang on. Des? Who? How did I ignore that? Oh, it just happened. Dr. Nal asked Des to join. Des is accepted and joined the community. Des, new colony, new name, new life. But maybe also some new clothes as well. Wouldn't go amiss. I'm so sorry. The name at my top of the list is Bob. Imagine being called Des Phoenix and then getting renamed to Bob. Oh, I'm so sorry. They look pretty good, though. Natural genius, master trader, tough and pretty. Wow. Holy shit, you're good. Social trade price, natural genius. I'll also apologize if I sound a bit hoarse. You know, I've recorded a lot of content over the past 24 hours, like a staggering amount. So it's starting to take its toll on my voice a little bit here and there. So how are we looking then? This is all just debris from this ship taking off. I can only assume from this kind of pseudo-phallic outline we've got going on there. So the storage is now... Okay, so the storage for the food is done. That's fantastic. Just got to wait in the freezer. An advanced machine frame for that, which I assume we have none of. That could actually cause us some issues. I assume we can craft it fine. Oh, this thing can't expand the radius of its bollocks of its ingredient range. Okay, that's not a massive problem, but it is a bit of a pain in the ass. 2 advanced components, 80 steel and 20 plasteel. Well, if we turn this one into... what are we doing with that? Oh, so that one's not actually doing anything. So if we turn that one into plasteel, so copy the settings from this one up to the top here. And then if we turn that one into components, we're basically good, right? Storage, no, that needs to be output storage. Why can't I change the settings on that? Am I going insane? Oh, yes, I am. Sorry, it's a lack of sleep, I think. Let's go components on that one. And then, go. Magic. Have we only got... Oh, right, okay. There's a very obvious reason why that's not pulling that. It's the fact that we've got 250 components in the same bloody stockpile. Did that not change anything? Ah, there we go. It's woken up now. Oh, man. No, it just took a second to wake up. I think it's due to the power fluctuations more than anything else. Oh, God, that's insane. Hang on. Let's cut this down a little bit. Right, copy that. And let's paste that one into there as well. Sorry, I just want to... Part of me wants to keep this in the episode so that you guys can pick me up if I fuck anything up, because there's quite a lot to kind of juggle here, especially as we're moving into a whole new base again. Please ramp up, for fuck's sake. We need to get some sort of better power solution, and I assume with the next level of Arcomatter research we'll get something. Ooh, algae stew, my favorite. What have we got here? Arcomatter shuttle, Arcomatter toolbox, which I believe affects work speed. Aronis meat grower. That's my porn name. Large Arco... Ah, there we are. Nanotech Arcotech reactor and a Nanotech chem reactor. That would actually be quite useful if we've got infinite ways to produce chem fuel. Hey, we can power the base with ketchup too. Holy shit, I hope that's how that works. A lot with electricity. Arcolite. What does that mean? A lot with electricity. Oh, so if you have both electricity and that, then it'll work. And apparently it's bright as all heck, so I'll be covering the base in those. Turn this room into a rec room, I guess, seeing as it's not really doing much else besides a pass-through into, basically just into the hydroponics. Man, that shit grew faster. Right, let's go plasteel stuff on the base. So, plasteel piano. Let's go for a plasteel roulette table. No, we haven't got any cloth. I can't be bothered to grow cloth specifically just for that. Oh, God, we can't even build a dartboard. Tragedy. Okay. Computer's fine. We'll put that there then. Although, to be fair, they've all got computers in the bedrooms anyway. We've got like a television. Everybody loves television. We'll put that one there, and then we'll put a couple of seats down. If we put the quite comforting seats as well, kind of doubling down on that a bit then. Put one there and put one there. That's alright, that works fine. What else? What do people love? People love chess. So we'll go ahead and put down a little chessboard too, wherever the fuck I can fit it. If I put that there, can someone sit there and someone sit there, or is that breaking the law? I'm going to try it. All the auto motors are still loaded. Right, that's good to know. So that when we redo the kill box in a minute, we don't have to worry so much about potentially getting collapsed immediately by raiders coming in. Please work, for fuck's sake. They're not blocking one another, are they? You don't think that's slightly within their... No, they are just not powering up. Some more capacitors wouldn't hurt as well, because the wind turbines are very good, but of course you need the capacity for it, strangely enough. We'll put down a couple of... Actually, could we fit a couple in there? We can if we remove these stupid friggin' floor lights for a room that nobody goes in. Oh, man, there we go. When they're charged up, it's like 150,000 watts excess. We've just got to kind of... So what are they... What is the grid looking like when they're running at half capacity? We'll be able to find out in about 2 seconds. So we'll say roughly... So even that's roughly a 27,000 watt excess. So on average, we should be fine. It's just the fact that we got a little bit screwed there with a lot of consistent power loss. And how close are these things to being charged? Man, the extra capacitors really aren't going to help too much, I'll be honest with you. We need... You can build, if I'm not mistaken, solar panels between... although we're in the bloody Arctic, so it's not really going to help either, is it? Oh, there's got to be some sort of consistent power we can build. Because building more of these just really isn't going to help. We just need that next level of research, right? Maybe turn the drills down a tad? I mean, what's the power usage? Yeah, it's not much of a surprise that we have kind of significant power problems if we've got however many drills are here. 36 each drawing 10,000 watts. That's quite a lot. That's at least 36 watts. Other new recruit as well. This one is called Toby. Now that they've left behind their old life. We're going to put you in the warm area. I've kind of made this warmth zone. Even then, it's not particularly warm, 14 degrees C, but it's either that or they get hypothermia. Bearing in mind the whole kind of ice cap thing that we've got going on here. I'm waiting for Ciala to crack out a few more hauling base stations just to try and expedite a lot of the hauling. Again, this gigantic stack of 6,600 items being left out there just on the sheet is not massively helpful. Also, sorry, what's going on? Why are you people injured? A fight, I hope? Yes, it is. It's no doctor. We do have a doctor up there, though. So if we go with that and then also set you to self-tend. It was you? No, it was not you. You Stinky Britches. Dr. Stinky Britches gives Don MD a run for his money. Is that really all we've still got? Simple meals. We've got fine meals. Okay, well, let's get this one then to pull fine meals rather than simple. I should really set them up a bit more precisely. Let's go fine meals on that one then. There we are. That's at least some sort of upgrade. Still not fantastic. Another newcomer. Hello. Look at that hair. My God. Is that... That can't be base game Rimworld, right? No, surely not. Well, okay. Another person to freeze to death, basically, because right now we have no spacesuits. But we'll deal with that. I'll set up an assembler to churn some out later on. How serious is serious, though? When you say serious, you mean like 50%. He's not going to drop down dead. Well, he might now, the fucking idiot, 'cause he's going on an assaulting spree. If you freeze to death, you're on your own. I think we should have a hard rule with resurrectors that if they cause their own death by being incompetent, no resurrections. Not allowed. Let's do until X with everything but lavish. I suppose we could cook gourmet as well, even though apparently they get cholesterol from having a ketchup. We'll do that one forever then, and we'll say do X with... basically everything else here. What do you think, like 12 meals per colonist? That's my kind of usual go-to. It's got a lot of meals, though, to be fair. I mean, just kind of in storage. You fool. You absolute fool. You bought that on yourself, my friend. You get to sit in here in the meal room. Damn, that's churning them out thick and fast, huh? Let's put down, very quickly then, an input port into the... I guess we'll put it back, or alternatively, I could just do that and then do an output port where we want them to eat. Also, can we do a long boy table? Furniture. Interactive table 1 by 1. I suppose we could just do that. We put a seat there. I suppose we could just do that and put it down the center. And then reinstall the chairs. That would look a little bit better, I guess. Oh! What? Ah! That's not right. That's not right. That makes it look like we've got to try and hole in the ship now. And now we've got the opposite problem, where we've gone from negative degrees to 100 degrees back down to 11 degrees. I just want crops to grow, brother. This shouldn't be so difficult. Welsh Dave can't repair the robots because we only have 2 out of 7 plasteel. You know, when we go to the mineable chest and take a look inside, you can see for the fact that we have quite literally more than 7 plasteel. Welsh Dave, you're going to get fired. And by fired, I mean I'm going to stand you in front of the laser and blast you to death. This is ridiculous. Why can't we repair these fucking robots? Well, anyone else can do it? Uberstank? Crafting level 2 low. Crafting level 2 low. Crafting. So it's just down to Welsh Dave who can't do it because he's a moron. I don't understand. That, I'm sure, is not dangerous to have lying around. Probably not a problem. How many anti-ton torpedoes have we got? We've got 20 there, sure, but where are the other ones? Because I swear we've got far more than that. 55 EMP torpedoes, 19 high explosive. Oh, it's not even counted them on the list. Look at that. Okay, so we may have a load just in the system here. Bear in mind, these things are fully loaded. I can't wait to see what that's like. Bear in mind, the first ship that we fought that was quite impressive was obviously the laser in combination with anti-grain torpedoes. But now we've got one thing that is in theory 3 times stronger because of course you use the 3 warheads per the crafting. Oh my god, this place is a dump, isn't it? Don't stare at it too much. It'll start staring back. How are we doing on the surface then? What's going on down there? Is everybody happy? You still seem pretty out of it. 63%. 13 degrees. You're telling me 13 degrees is enough to maintain hypothermia? I don't think so, brother. I'll just go and hold that door open. That'll probably solve it, right? 13, 14. Now, holding doors open, as we found out before, doesn't exactly contribute much to air temperature change, but it will leak through a small amount of temperature. It doesn't need very much just to at least stand up. Another 6,734. What's in this pile? Hang on. Oh, for Christ's sake. Oh, it all suddenly disappeared. And my game is now far less laggy because we haven't got 7,000 things all in one tile lying around with bloody dozen people trying to haul it all. It doesn't really matter what we lose there. You know, we can always generate more. But it was just for the kind of sanctity of the game. Oh my god, that's cleared up so much of the stuttering. Wow. Understandable, though, given that it was a pretty ridiculous situation. Okay, so ground force seems to be okay. How are we doing for power? That's really the big deal of... Yeah. Oh, we got a new recruit. Oh, nice. Yolanda, rather than Star, which is pretty appropriate, given that Star is certainly not what you are. Tortured artist? Yeah, that's really what we need. Good god, these people are unskilled, aren't they? Bear in mind that everyone else, like, of course they have the decent construction skill because they had a trial by fire where, you know, by the way, you've never built anything in your life, we're putting you in charge of the spaceship. They kind of had to adapt very, very quickly. But these people, I don't really have anything for them. Go to the warmth area, the naked room where you and your friends can sit there nakedly and eat meals all day. It's what's going to be a research lab, but we're going to have to turn it into just kind of a temporary bedroom or maybe just a permanent barracks in hindsight. Mainly because we've got these kind of 4 new recruits. Getting a little overkill on the beds, but it can't hurt to just have some spares in case we get more prisoners. Yeah, man, we might get a surface raid. I will note that Phoebe has been extremely generous, actually giving us chance to put all this stuff back together. I was expected to be whomped by a raid just before we'd even got a chance to really settle in again. So we still need, kind of urgently, the other... I'll go ahead and turn that off for now. The EVA helmets, the EVA suits need to be built pretty soon. So we've got Ciala on that, the crafting expert, so that shouldn't take too much time. Hauling bots are asleep, and honestly, that's the best case scenario because it means that we're basically good. So you guys are making advanced components, which is fine. That's reasonable. We don't need too many now that the ship is kind of finished and away. So I'll probably set that just to what do you think? 100? I think even 100 advanced components in this situation is probably a little overzealous. We got 100 and 500 on those. Let's over here then put down what will be the start of the lab. We want to build everything out of silver, ideally, so that we get the, really compound the research speed bonuses. It's not really going to matter that much in the grand scheme of things. Although I suppose it probably will add up, especially if it's, especially if we're talking research in, like, the tens of thousands. So, silver reinforced walls. We can build sterile walls, though, can't you? We should definitely build that instead. Let's go blue. Blue is the color of research for reasons. We'll put that there. That's okay. That's not too terrible. Probably a little bit large. Maybe a little overkill, but I'm not sure how many other research-related things they're going to add to flesh it out to make it obviously a lot easier, because if you're using the base game research tools to get to research that's in hundreds of thousands, you never do it. Or you do it, but it obviously take bloody ages. And then in the center, we will put down the single Archotech research bench. There it is. And we'll put a couple of doors on the way in. Ah, man, is it worth using airlocks over auto doors? I mean, we don't really need the ship components. Again, it was just kind of an aesthetic choice at the start, but now it's like, not really worth it, is it? Let's go for silver auto doors then. Whoops, didn't mean to do that, thank you. The lone golden door of legend. Right, let's take some of this shit out. There you can have that one, and that one. And then the floors will just tile over the whole thing, I think. And a little something like, no! A little something like that. There we are. Shouldn't take him too long to get that done, I don't think. I love the idea of putting nothing else in that room. I think that would be awesome. Just a single Archotech research bench and fuck the rest. Obviously, they'll need a chair. Oh, a silver advanced chair there. That's convenient. I'm not gonna steal it. We're just gonna use it to make a quick copy. Right, drop you there. Excellent. Yeah, that looks sufficiently terrible. I read about eventually this stuff's gonna go. So if we want to build a more permanent bedroom that's not just a big barracks for these other people, that would be... Oh, we haven't got any freaking cloth, for God's sake. Right, let's get rid of some of these tomatoes, because apparently they give you heart attacks. Let's go for... Right. I should come up with that, you know, Mr. Streamer's heart attack ketchup. People keep emailing me about brand merch opportunities, weird and wonderful things I can sell to you guys for an extortionate price. That's a good... how many other friggin' YouTubers do ketchup? Especially... Well, I guess Hearts of Ketchup probably wouldn't want to... Probably wouldn't want to take that on, would they? Right, cotton plants. There we are. Is that going into the freezer? I'd rather it didn't. I can't really stop that, though, can I? We'll allow it, I guess, to take... Fine, we'll allow it to take cloth as well, and then we can just do an output from that with cloth. So it really won't make much difference. Oh. Yeah, I thought it was a bit weird having this gigantic roof area. Let's go ahead and just clear a lot of this out, and then I'll put down fresh for the new areas we're building. There we go, and then we'll take you away. We obviously want there to be as much daylight as possible, especially when we're in the Arctic. These people are constantly working in darkness. Let's throw down build roof area from the center. Try that one. There we are, much better. The only caveat to keeping the completely empty room for stylistic choices, we are going to need some sort of pillar, something to hold up the ceiling. We could go for like silver. Oh, we've only got arco matter. So if we could put it out of silver, that'd be awesome. What else have we got? Like, let's go into structure. There's like regular pillars now, right? Yeah, silver columns. There we go. That'll look cool. So let's put one roughly there, and then we'll put one. So how many blocks down is that? 3. 1, 2, 3. So there. I think that's about right. I think. There it is, my friends. The minimalist lab of your hopes and dreams. Let's get to it then. Let's see how long this shit takes. And I assume, given the fact that it's an architect research bench, it has a faster research speed. Oh. Bad temperature. Fine. Oh, you're gonna ruin my aesthetic because of bloody temperature. Well, I'll see you guys all next year. This is gonna take some time, isn't it? A second bench wouldn't hurt. Well, also we got the bad temperature thing, which I think will be cancelled out hopefully pretty soon. No, it's quite a big room for that. We'll put down... I don't know if it connects even to linkables, does it? So multi-analyzer doesn't work. Shit. Computing system. That's obviously a completely separate mod. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, the research counters from VE, nothing either. Oh dear. This is going to take quite some time unless we can get a second research bench. How much were they each? How much did we start with? I mean, the wrench alone, if we delete that, I mean, you take... How many ingredients is it for a wrench? 65, I believe. So let's delete the wrench and give ourselves 40... Well, we'd have to give ourselves 50 more arco matter. Because that's how much we obviously were minimum supposed to have because we made a wrench out of the fucking things. So if we put down another one and ruin the room... Oh, God. The aesthetics... Ooh. I think we'll just let them work on that for the next however long it takes. Give Hocus and Ironhead something to do. But it shouldn't take that long, right? They've already 2,000. They've only got to do that another 350 times, and we're good. Could do with a few more heaters in there. But besides that, hey, we'll just see how they get on. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for bearing with me with this pre-recorded content as well. You know, it's a bit weird not being able to act on your feedback, especially because I feel like I'm fucking something up, especially with this. I mean, there's got to be a trick or a secret to it, right? And thank you for bearing with me due to what I can only assume is a lesser content quality over the next few days as well, especially when I've already recorded so many videos and I've got a cold. It's a bit of a pain in the ass doing this much and keeping my voice afloat, let alone being entertaining. So thank you especially to our executive producers who have allowed this the channel to exist in the first place. A thank you to Poop Feast 420, Philosophical U Prize, Necrophilin, Small Snack, Amethyst C, The Durst of Time, Sweet Sea, Galaxy Wolf, Nemesis Rubius, Jan, Magus Adamandios, King Snitch Gaming, White Stormin, Moon Cult Leader, Namo, Demon Boy, Shotgun Diplomacy, and Cat for their support at the executive coffee producer tiers. Big thanks to you guys. Big thanks to everybody over there, of course. And a thank you as well to... If I can find my names, Hero Club, Shatulski, Archbishop, Blood Riot, Kamikaze, James B, Smirtworm, Galupo Fruit Hag, Don, Afanafist, Dionysius the Esoteric, Vlabubba, Plumby, Fred, Varlo, Consulus, Fiddle Piddle Diddle Riddle, Davidovich, and everyone else over at Coffee as well, of course, for their support and keeping the channel going for the final month here in October before we flip over to Patreon. Thank you guys. See you all hopefully tomorrow if I get enough time, of course, to produce the content, and we'll take it from there.